Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this message. I'm Erica. I am a psychic medium, oracle prophetess. Nice to meet you. I don't know, I don't know. I have so many things that I could channel and downloads that I want to share, but I just feel called to just let the cards, let the universe bring through what it needs to. So let's do a love reading. This is going to be a love reading. I have no clue I don't know. I just did a little reel using this deck over on Instagram, and the energy that came through was past life relationship. And there was an extreme amount of safety and soul safety. Like two souls who really feel that with each other. They just know that. When it comes to the soul, it's not about, yeah, it's the feeling, but it's not about the 3D. It's not about concrete evidence. It's not about I need to see the facts on paper. When it comes to these divine soul connections, it's a deep inner knowing and intuitive, and that's what you go off of. So I don't know, but I'm just sharing that because I literally just recorded that 5 minutes ago. I saw 1, 2, 3. So simplicity. There is something about simplifying your life, and your thoughts. The 1, 2, 3 also speaks of divine order, things moving in order. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. This is a connection that, okay, so you have the retreat card that came out. So I should have just taken it because I don't remember now because I'm channeling and talking and there's a lot going on, and but it was on the bottom of the deck, or I think it came out. I don't know, but I just saw it and then I kept shuffling. I ignored it. There it is. This is a man and a woman. They're in a wedding. She's in a wedding dress. He's in a tux. It's like they just got married. And they're, this might be the location of where they were married. It looks like, I don't know, for me, whenever I see the trees in this card, it always reminds me of oak trees. So, an outside wedding, an outside venue where there's a lot of really big, beautiful trees. It's very nature oriented, and I feel like both of these souls are like that. I feel both of these souls are extremely connected to Mother Nature, animals, to the earth, the elements, the sun, the stars, the moon, all of that. I feel like for both of you, you feel genuinely it's like your therapy, it's your medicine. To be outside in nature is your medicine. And I know if you're here on my channel or if this has found you, I know you're a light worker. I know you're an angelic. I know you're a star soul, whatever the case. So I feel both souls here are light workers. And for, I'm an ancient primordial soul myself. And so your vibe attracts your tribe. And, if you guys have been here with me, you guys already know that. I channel all kinds of really, my channels are very open. But I bring through a lot of very ancient, divine connections, specifically twin flame, because I am a twin flame. And so, basically from day one on my YouTube channel, I have been guiding. That's a part of my divine soul work here, is to actually be a guide for divine unions, whether it be twin flame journey or a very powerful, intense past life connection. It's time to disconnect from the world. I immediately heard stillness, or saw the word stillness in my mind's eye. This does tie into the message that I did on Instagram. I'm hearing safekeeping, keepsakes, safekeeping. So there could be something for some of you guys where you have some keepsakes of each other, memories, it could be a ticket stub or photos or, a gift or, something that holds value that was like gifted to each other, or maybe they gifted you something or you gifted them something. But it's very like, it's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to retreat, recharge. I do feel that both the feminine and the masculine, who this is for, I feel both of you guys, you're coming out of some pretty intense cycles, closing of cycles. This is happening globally, so it's not like, when I say that, it's not some like, oh, this is an epiphany and Erica's like the greatest oracle psychic in the world. No, it's just stating a fact, like, right? Stillness, like, you are my stillness. Your soul, your energy, your essence, your mind, your heart, your body, everything about you is my, like, being around you is like, being on a spiritual retreat or something. Like, it's you put me at ease, you calm me, you are literally medicine. Your voice is medicine, your eyes are medicine, the your scent, the pheromones. There's something about maybe your perfume, the scent. But it's like we belong together, and we walk side by side, hand in hand, together as equals. There's not an agenda, there's not like karmic relationships, which most humans on earth, like pretty much everyone, unless you've gone through an awakening and you're like in this vibration now, they're in karmic connections. Like, everyone around you that you look around, like basically every single person that you see is in a karmic connection of some kind. Most people. You both have had your fair share of karmic soulmates. You've had your fair share. That's why the two of you together is like a retreat. It's like we come together and we, like, I almost feel like this is like even not literal. Like, I feel like these two right here, they could literally just be sitting on the couch next to each other right now. But the feeling that they bring to each other in that moment is like this. It's like, with you, I feel, I feel like I want to disconnect from the world with you. I just want you and me time. Like, you're the only one, like, you light me up, you make me laugh, you carry me through life, you've got my back, like, you are, like, but it's like when you're together, you feel like you're, on vacation, or in this, and vacation keeps coming up a lot. Travel, vacation. Now we're in the holiday season, so it's a given, right, that like this time of year, people take time off work for the holidays, Christmas vacation, kids are out of school, New Year's, like all that fun stuff. And I there's actually a card in this deck that I'm seeing with my mind's eye, and it's a card of like the honeymoon, which is funny because we have like a marriage energy here. But on the honeymoon card, it says, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. And that's like what I'm receiving. So it feels right. And then of course I'm channeling this, 2 weeks before Christmas, or a week and a half before Christmas, or however, it's like almost 2 weeks before Christmas. There's something about that. Like, I'm going to take some vacation time. I'd like to see you, or you meet this person during the holiday season, maybe at a Christmas party. Maybe you're invited to a Christmas party. That's another big thing that's like coming through here, is the social events and the social gatherings. Like, when I say it's coming through here, I mean, like, in my readings recently, like, there's a lot of that, like, holiday, festive, social gatherings, visiting family, meeting people, going out, having drinks, going to dinner. It's like that. Going on a date. And then bottom of the deck, we saw it's true love. Now this card keeps coming out. Like, when I use this deck recently, it keeps coming out. This is the romance of a lifetime, and it's time to disconnect from the world together. See, there's something here about being together in nature, meaning the symbolism of that is there's no outside distractions, people, noise. Like, it's literally just you. It's just each other together. This is the romance of a lifetime. This is the one. This is the one. And I mean, if you look at the picture, like, it's like, I don't know, like the way that they're dressed, it's very, I don't know, like it could be very like Roman Empire or ancient Egypt. Not necessarily the way they're dressed, but like, see these pillars back here, these temple pillars? For me, that's like, it gives me like it reminds me of things I've witnessed in my own Akashic records in my past lives in Egypt. But then like the way they're dressed, it's almost very Roman, you know, ancient Rome, Greece, like that kind of stuff. So these lifetimes, you know, this true love, it goes back. It's not the first time you guys have done this. It's not your first rodeo. It's not, you know, and you guys know the drill with past life energy and soul contracts and, you know, all these things. And that's like this is like the lifetime of all your lifetimes. This is the lifetime where you and this soul, or these two souls, they finally get it right. They got it right. It's the real deal. I'm hearing it's moving fast. So like when you meet this person or you reconnect or whatever it is, it moves really fast. Okay, let's keep going. Let's get one more. And I love how like the little cherub is behind the masculine here, as if like the angels are literally pushing him into her, towards her. And that, mi amors, is the divine guidance, that whoever this divine masculine is, that's exactly what's happening. Every single like free will choice, and there's so many like synchronicities and numbers, and it's like the spiritual guidance, the divine guidance that he's receiving. Because divine masculines, you know, that's the difference between our awakenings. You know, when the feminine awakens, we rise. We're all up in the higher. We rule and operate, you know, from the higher realms and the higher chakras. Whereas the divine masculine, when they start their awakening, you know, or they're going through an awakening, it's the material, it's the lower chakras for them. It's the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, because the masculine operates so heavily and is so addicted to the 3D material world, work, making money, you know, having the finer things, nice cars, and, you know, being able to pay your bills and, you know, take trips, and, you know, like you know, masculines, they like to impress people by what they have, or that's like how they place value on themselves a lot of times, is like, look what I've accomplished. So it's their physical material world accomplishments that they use as value of how they place value on themselves, right? But here's the deal, is like, to an awoken feminine, a divine feminine like myself, or like many of you feminines, that stuff is not impressive to us. I mean, it is in the way that, like, you know, it's someone who clearly has a good head on their shoulders, but like, to a feminine, if a masculine is like dominant in that energy and he's just like go go go, that's all I care about, she's gonna be the one to help him retreat and slow down, and, you know, she's gonna help him come back into that energy, which is actually what it does, is it actually catapults him further and stronger and more abundantly and prosperously into his work, into his money, into his investments, and all of that. So she's like that stabilizer, you know, and she infuses him, and then, you know what I mean? So that's like everything I'm getting here. Now, the card that just came out here is deception. Deception. Now, the two of these souls together are not deceptive together. Both of these souls have known a lot of deception. They've known a lot of fake people who wear masks. And notice, I pointed out, notice the little spirit baby, the little cherub angel. I'm going to go ahead and call this a spirit child, a spirit baby, meaning these two souls, they have, you know, we have our ancestors and our loved ones on the other side and all that, but this is a spirit baby, meaning they have a child in spirit who is helping to bring them together, mommy and daddy, because this is a little girl or a little baby boy that wants to incarnate, or they're meant to incarnate. But they're really, really, really working on dad right now. They're really working on the masculine, whoever this is, like, guiding him in his choices and putting things in front of him to, to guide him. Okay, so it's like the divine guidance, right? That's coming through in those ways from the little angels, from your spirit team, but also from spirit babies. Because look see the little spirit baby again? See? This time the angel baby is untying the strings to the mask of this woman here. And it seems that like everyone is wearing a mask. So there's a lot of like illusion, fake, false, liar. It's like that. And the little angels and the spirit babies and your angel team, they're the ones ripping off those masks of people. So it's like ripping off your own self-deception, like where you're deceptive within your own self. Like, how are you not living authentically? How are you not in alignment? And how is your everyday life and your life choices not in alignment with your heart and your soul or your own truth? Like, how are you living a lie? How are you deceiving people? What do you hide that it's like that. But also the people around this divine masculine, okay, the divine masculine's angels are literally like ripping off those masks of fake people around him. They're revealing the truth and the illusion of people around him so that he can rise and he can grow, right? Okay. Same thing with divine feminine. There's been a lot of fake people around divine feminine. A lot of, just deceivers. A lot of deceivers. And her energy, divine feminine is who this is for. I just recorded a reading last night or yesterday. It didn't upload, I think, until this morning or last night or late last night. I don't know. But it's not for the divine feminine, it's for everyone. But it was a really strong message of like, you cultivate such beauty, like your energy is just like magnetic. It's like you're this like ethereal goddess being, like you're stirring souls everywhere, but specifically there's a certain soul that the feminine is really touching and stirring right now, through her embodiment of authenticity. So that message of, and I would go watch that reading, you guys. It's really good. It's like an hour, but like there's so much stuff. It's not a love reading, but there was a lot of this that came through in it. It's just a very good confirming message, I think, for most of you guys who are watching this too. So, okay, so what I'm also getting is that the angels they're receiving all of the liars, the deceivers, the illusions, the deceptive energy. The divine masculine cannot wear a mask with her because she can see through it. And he knows that. This masculine, who this is, he will know that about her. And I'm hearing wanting to approach authentically. So, okay, it says someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So, if this is someone that like, or that you've met who is a true divine counterpart, like this is someone that, there's great potential and there is a divine destined path between you and before you guys, where if both your free will chooses so, then you will spend your life with this person. This is it. Like, this is the one. This is the romance of a lifetime. This is like who a lot of you guys, you don't believe in, you're very anti-government, like myself, because we see through the false matrix and all that. So a lot of you guys, you're not literally maybe wanting to get married and get the government involved in your true divine sovereign soul connection, which, duh, right? But it's more like the symbolism of it. So maybe you guys go out into nature with some friends and family, in the future, and I see it very, like, that's how but when I do get married, I will do it like that, where I just want to be very small, very simple, very intimate, some candles, some red roses, some hay bales, some white Christmas lights, somewhere out, on land or in the forest or somewhere, but just very intimate, and do hand fasting, where we get hand fasted, and say vows and sacred promises, and all those things. And what's crazy about that actually is reminding me, is one of my friends, Melissa, her husband Chris, he's like total, like she's total like witchy girl, and he's total Viking like king, like straight looks like a Viking, got the long beard. I mean, he is total Viking, and I believe he is like he's like Swedish Nordic, et cetera, et cetera. But anyways, I just saw on Facebook that like, and I've been seeing like over the past like few days especially, I've been seeing like left and right, you guys, left and right. And I even talked about this recently about like seeing like ads or commercials or Instagram things or whatever where it pops up where there's engagement rings. Okay, so I keep being shown like people getting engaged. I keep seeing like people proposing. I keep getting references to like weddings or people who just attended a wedding. And then I also keep seeing like post after post after post, ad after ad about diamonds, engagement ring, but it's specifically engagement rings. Okay, so when the universe puts things in front of us like that, it's because I meant to see it so I can come and share it with you guys to bring you confirmation. But it's also because that's literally the universe is mirroring and reflecting to us like what's about to happen in our life or what path we're on now. So, like, and you guys already know, like I've been talking about this for my own personal life. Like I'm like 2026 is the year. Like I saw all those things, so the fact that we're getting closer to 2026 and I'm being shown all those things, you know what I mean? But a lot of it is so I can come and share with you. Now, going back to my girlfriend, Melissa, her and her husband, Chris, they just went to a wedding this past weekend, who I guess was some really close friends of theirs. Well, that couple was it's giving like this. So, he was in like I think like a tux type thing, but like anyways, but they're both like very Viking, very, and the way she was dressed, like they just looked so incredible and beautiful and like, and it's happy because, so, but anyways, they got hand fasted. And so she shared pictures and I was like, that is so beautiful because you never, ever, ever see people. I mean, I know people do it, but you never see people getting hand fasted. And that's what I'm seeing here with you guys here. And look what's on the bottom of the deck. You're calling in your soulmate. Both of these souls, because look at, and I love how he's showing up behind her like a support, and I just love how he's like how like he's grabbing her hands, and it's very like you can tell that these two love each other. This you can just see it, you can feel it, and I think that both of you guys can see it and feel it. And what I'm receiving is that for a lot of you guys, these are truths that have not yet to be spoken, like verbally spoken. But on a deeper soul level, you both already know because you're in soul marriage. Or your souls are in communication constantly in the 5D. Okay. Your prayers, your affirmations, what you've been visualizing for your future, for your life, for your perfect counterpart, for, the person you're like, if I'm going to be with someone, because, most of you guys watching, you're like me. You are, you know how sacred and precious your energy is, and you know that not everyone is meant to be blessed with it. It's very special to be in your energy. It's very special to be in my energy. And if I allow you to be in my energy, if I choose you to be in my energy, right? We men and women here, masculine, feminines, we are not in the vibration like most people out there where they're desperate, they're broken inside. They feel like the only way that they can really feel like, good about themselves and confident is when someone else, they're seeking outside validation. We don't seek outside validation in any form. Our validation comes from within and from God and from above. That's all we need. We're not the pick me, love me. And if I don't get enough attention, then I'm going to go, I'm going to go find attention elsewhere. Because that's what most people do. That's why so many, married couples, and there's a lot of deception and cheating and betrayals and, because of that, because people are broken inside. They should not be in a relationship in the first place, but that's what people do. You guys who I'm talking to, you're way beyond that. You're not a pick-me girl, you're not a pick-me guy. You're not desperate, you're not sitting around twiddling your thumbs with your life on hold, waiting for someone or waiting for, love. You're not out on dating apps. You're not actively pursuing or looking or seeking anything. And because of that, just through your prayers, just through what you've been visualizing and affirming and manifesting, you've called it in. You've called in your soulmate. And this right here, he always reminds me of Archangel Michael, okay? But also Archangel Chamuel. Archangel Chamuel is an archangel of twin flames, of, soulmates, of divine union. He's like an archangel of divine union. Okay, and so it's like the feminine has been like, surrendering and calling out and just having her heart open. And she's called in her angelic warrior king. And again, he shows up behind her, right? And the angels just want you to know also, like, yeah. And then bottom of the deck here is the religious factors. It does speak of like your love life and it being like influenced by how you were raised, religious upbringing, your spiritual path, your family's religious choices or cultures. There's a lot of divine counterparts, where it's like, especially for twin flames, what typically happens is like when twins meet and then the triggering happens, they go into their physical separation, the separation portion in the 3D of their journey. So they come together and then boom, they go back apart for however many years or however long while they both heal, learn lessons, etc., right? But a lot of the triggering is because of the 3D realm and the logical brain, especially from the masculine side. It's not so much the feminine. The feminine's like, she sees from the higher chakras, remember? She sees from a much higher perspective and divine view than he can see. And so things like religion, culture, long distance, like that's a big one for twin flames, especially. Some of the biggest, like, because I've worked with many twin flames throughout the last, 4 years, and I help guide and heal and, coach and do all these things. That's a big part of it. My family's Hindu and his family's Catholic, or, my family thinks this way, and there's no way, because the divine feminine is the way shower. She's the spiritual, highly spirit. I mean, they're both spiritual, duh. But she's the pinpoint, the pinnacle. She's the tower energy, like, meaning she's the strong pillar of light in the dark, always for the divine masculine. That's the role she plays. Why was I just saying that though? About the logical stuff. So, and another big one is like maybe like age, but most of it is like religion, family, like, oh, that's what I was saying about the feminine being spiritual. Like a lot of these divine masculines, that was like a big like underlying fear or block is, my family is highly religious, or my family, this is our culture and we think this way. There's no way my parents or my family will ever be accepting of her or him, or their beliefs, or the fact that they're very spiritual, or the fact that they, don't believe in religion or the government or whatever it is, So that's a big like logical thing that like many had to, So what I'm seeing though is like all logic is out the door, because when it comes to true love, like when it comes to true divine love, there's no place for logic. Logic doesn't exist within these kinds of connections. It's not logical to the human brain, because it's spiritual. It's divine. And that's why. Okay. So, all right. So that's what we got. Okay. So I'm going to end with some tarot. And anyways, if you guys want to connect, if you want to like, I don't know, dig into, if you want to book a service with me, I do obviously general readings. My specialty or specialties is being a quantum healer. Okay, so I'm like a human MRI machine. That's how I describe myself. So I scan into all the bodies, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies, and we go from there. Do clearings, removal of entities, parasites, attachments, cords, whatever. And then my other greatest specialty is being an Akashic reader, past life guide. Okay, so if you're like, I want to know my past lives, I want to know what I've been through, I want to know why I do this, or I'm afraid of this, or a lot of times it'll be like, like I'll tune in with someone and I'll open up their records and I'll be like, do you have like a really horrible like knee injury or knee pain? And they'll be like, oh my gosh, yes, like my knee, I've been having issues with it, or it's, I've always had this like pain or whatever it is, right? And then I'll be like, well, it's because, in this lifetime that I'm seeing, your leg was literally chopped off like right here with a sword, and you still, because our bodies carry cellular memory through our DNA, right? So it's wild, but those are my favorite readings to do, honestly. I mean, I love connecting in any way, but they're so much fun. So if that feels like, something you want to explore, then I'm here for you. Now, wait, I don't want to use this. I want to use regular tarot. And then what else? So that's like my regular stuff. And then, for the new year, for 2026, I haven't offered the new year readings for a month-to-month, like 12-month breakdown. It's been like 2 years since I've done this, but I'm offering them this year. So if you want a full 2026 month-to-month deep dive, where I go deep into each month and break it down for you, the reading is typically about an hour and a half, and it is recorded, so I will record it month to month and send it to you. The price for that is $222 for the hour and a half, which is incredibly good. And then if you want to just do, like, maybe you're like, well, I would love to maybe check in a little bit, but I don't want the whole year, then what I'm offering is, I'm like, I don't know why I never did this before, but I'm offering the first quarter of the year, so the first 4 months of the year. I'll go from January, February, March, April. So I'll do a month-to-month breakdown for the first 4 months, and that reading will probably be about 45 minutes to an hour. Also recorded. But if you want to do that and just check into like the first quarter of this year and just kind of see the guidance, the shifts, like, you guys know me, I go deep with stuff. So, and I'm channeling from the realms, So anyway, so that one is 111. So you can do the full year for 222, or you can do the first quarter for 111. Okay, so enough talking shop. But this is a business. I run a business, so it is what it is. I guess I'm gonna use the psychic tarot. Okay. So let's tune back in with this reading and with the energy here of these two beloveds. There's a lot of musical telepathy here between these two souls, especially if you guys, which a lot of you guys have, you guys know who this is. There's a lot of full circle moments, completion, surrender, okay, just happening collectively between souls, masculines, feminines, destiny, like you can't make it up. I just heard this song. It's a really beautiful country song. It's really beautiful, and he's like not some famous country singer, but he should be, because his music was, I've always enjoyed it. But I've always loved this song, and it's by a country singer, Brandon. You could YouTube it. You what? If this reading is hitting for you, wait till you hear the song. I've shared it before too in the past. The song is called Destiny, and his name is Brandon Davis. Destiny, and I'm hearing that song as soon as I see this card. I'm hearing that, and I'm hearing the chorus where he says, "Destiny feels like it's meant to be, 'cause it sure got a hold on my heart." But he just talks like, you trust me, you guys go listen to that song and the lyrics. There's something very strong about, like, the stars aligning, and it's really beautiful because in the video, if you go to the actual video here on YouTube, it's so sweet because it's all about his, you know, his wife, his true love, you know, and they met later on in life, and you know, so you'll see what I mean. But anyways, that's what I'm getting. Destiny. It feels like it's meant to be. It feels like it's meant to be. Not. It's just I feel it in my soul. I feel it in every part of me. Like this is destiny. This is the Wheel of Fortune in this deck. By the way, it's the Wheel of Fortune. And then look at that bottom of the deck is the solar plexus. And the solar plexus is your confidence. It's your willpower. It's your power center. When you're feeling powerless, or you don't have control or power over something, or you're feeling like insecure, or you have a lack of confidence, or inner fire, okay, that's a blocked solar plexus. But when it's lit up like this, it's a very active, flowing solar plexus where it's like both of you guys, it's like destiny, because both souls are in their power. Both souls are like the solar plexus chakra between these souls and the heart, etc., is like synced up. Like it's synced up, connected. Ten and 3, solar plexus, patience and planning. Yeah, so there's the element here of, and look at, see the two pillars? See the two pillars? And didn't I say something about the feminine pillar or whatever? But look at, see, there's those two pillars. You could also be seeing a lot of the sevens, right? 77, 777, or numbers that break down to 7, like 43, or, you know, 52, like stuff like that. And then of course the 10s, like 1010, or seeing 1010 on the clock, or the 3s, 333, 33, that kind of a thing. But this is patience and planning. This is like, it's giving like, because it's a divine connection, we don't just, it's not impulsive, we don't just rush in. It's not like, again, it's not like instant gratification where I'm just looking for love in all the wrong places. This is different. This is very different. There's this cool, calm, collected, patient, yet while at the same time, very powerful, determined, inner fire, willpower that's saying, I'm planning something here, and it's tied to destiny. So I do feel that. I feel the universe is bringing these two beautiful pillars together now. And then look at the crown chakra. Yeah, the crown chakra is very active, and both the feminine and masculine here, for who this is for, they're both like, they're extremely enlightened. Their thought, everything is like from a higher soul level right now. Their thoughts, their future planning, like everything, and all of that stuff that both souls are doing, it's leading them to each other without even realizing it or knowing it. It's alignment. Or you do feel that and know that, especially if you're the feminine. But I have a lot of divine masculines here who have been joining. Each day we get more and more and more beautiful, enlightened divine kings here, who are very manly men, and like, you know, but they are awakening, and they have, for many, a divine feminine who has activated their heart chakra, who's like activated their crown chakra, like, you know what I mean? So anyways, okay, I'm gonna leave it here. That's what I've got. This is the message. It just feels like that these two souls are very soon gonna be spending some quality time together. And when they do, they're gonna wanna, like, it's like just eating each other up. Like, I can't get enough of you. I just want you. Like, you guys might lay in bed for 2 days together. You know what I mean? I mean, not literally, but I don't know. Like, let's just lay in bed. Let's veg out all day. Let's order food. Let's cook. Let's watch a movie. Let's snuggle. Let's get passionate. It's like that. And when I referenced the honeymoon card earlier that I was seeing, it didn't come out in this deck. It didn't come out, but that's like the vibe, is like the honeymoon, but not like honeymoon, like taking a honeymoon after you get married. Like when people say like, oh, it's like the honeymoon phase. Well, in a true divine connection, the honeymoon phase never ends. That's like, these are so next level. These are so next level, so powerful and beautiful. But in a true divine counterpart connection like this, the because it's always expanding and growing. Like, it's not just like karmic loops where you guys, it's the same shit different day, same shit different day, same shit different day, day in and day out. Like, you guys will constantly be like, sure, you'll have your everyday mundane things, of course, but like the feminine, she will constantly be growing and expanding, and the masculine, together, you guys will constantly be evolving together. It will be exciting, it'll be beautiful, it'll be adventurous, it'll be soothing, it'll be calming, it'll feel like home. It'll be fun, you know, like making each other laugh and being silly, like playfulness, but also very serious, very divine, very, you know, like you guys are warriors of God, you have missions here together. Like, it's everything, it's the whole package, it's the real deal, it truly is. And but it's the person that you will spend your life with, but it's the person that you will continue to date and, you know, meet each other over and over and over again for your whole life, you know. Meaning, like, you're going to be meeting new versions of yourselves always, and that's what keeps it alive and expansive, how it's supposed to be. So yeah, you will, the passion, the chemistry, the laughter, the joy, like, that stuff doesn't go away in divine unions. It doesn't turn into what you've known in previous relationships, karmic connections, which is dysfunction, toxicity, boredom, you know, repetitive loops and cycles, insecurity, fights, arguments, jealousy, all those things. Those are the things that connect with karmic soulmates, because karmic soulmates, they feed the ego, the distorted ego. And a true divine soulmate feeds the soul. So I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Happy holidays.